Welcome to Newsflash, 5 minutes by MANASH Breaking News, where we bring you the most important breaking news from around the world in just 5 minutes. I'm Mamshug Amjad from MANASH Breaking News. Our top story: President Donald Trump has proposed transforming Gaza into a US-run Riviera of the Middle East. The plan suggests displacing Palestinians to create a resort destination, a move that has been widely condemned and described by critics as ethnic cleansing. The proposal has sparked significant moral, logistical, and geopolitical challenges, with many emphasizing the necessity of Palestinian self-determination in any future plans for Gaza. President Donald Trump said the United States is committed to buying and owning Gaza, and that he may allow other countries in the Middle East to help develop it. Think of it as a big real estate site, and the United States is going to own it, and will slowly, very slowly, develop it, he told reporters aboard Air Force One on Sunday. As far as us rebuilding it, we may give it to other states in the Middle East to build sections of it. Other people may do it, under our auspices, Trump said. Trump's initial proposal last week for the United States to take over Gaza and displace all its residents prompted a swift rejection from Saudi Arabia and sparked anger in nearby countries, including Jordan, that are already home to millions of Palestinian refugees. Jordan's leader, King Abdullah II, is set to meet the president in Washington on Tuesday. In economic news, Trump has announced new 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports into the United States. This decision affects major trading partners, including Canada, Mexico, and Brazil, and marks a significant escalation in trade policies. The move has drawn criticism from international leaders, with concerns about potential impacts on global trade dynamics. Donald Trump said he would on Monday impose 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports, expanding his trade conflicts to the metal sector in a new burst of protectionism from Washington. The U.S. president made the announcement during a briefing with reporters as he flew from his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida to attend the Super Bowl in New Orleans on Sunday evening. Canada, China, and Mexico were in 2023 the biggest exporters to the U.S. of steel and aluminum products, but the proposed levies would potentially ensnare countries from Brazil to Germany to South Korea. Turning to international relations, Trump has revealed that he has engaged in discussions with Russian President Vladimir Putin to negotiate an end to the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. While specific details remain undisclosed, Trump expressed a desire to conclude the war swiftly, highlighting the human cost of the nearly 3-year conflict. Kiev called a proposal that Washington has developed thus far for peace in Ukraine a failed plan, saying a push for a ceasefire and elections in Ukraine isn't enough to intimidate Russian President Vladimir Putin. U.S. President Donald Trump's special envoy for Ukraine and Russia, Keith Kellogg, on February 2nd, warned that both sides will have to make concessions if they hope to negotiate a settlement to the war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has already indicated he will soften his position on land, Kellogg said, and Putin is going to have to soften his positions as well. In entertainment, Grammy-winning rapper Kendrick Lamar headlined the Super Bowl Licks halftime show at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Joined by special guest SEA, Lamar delivered a high-energy performance that captivated audiences both in the stadium and watching from home. Kendrick Lamar didn't just perform at the Super Bowl, he made a statement. As the first solo hip-hop artist to headline the coveted halftime slot, he transformed the world's biggest stage into a powerful exploration of Black identity, resistance, and artistic dominance. This was more than a performance, it was a cultural shift, a moment where hip-hop didn't just take center stage, it owned it. Finally, in South America, Ecuadorians are heading to the polls in a presidential election overshadowed by a surge in drug-related gang violence. Leading candidates have pledged to tackle the country's security challenges as voters express concerns over the escalating crime wave linked to the cocaine trade. Luisa Gonzalez and the incumbent, Daniel Noboa, are the clear frontrunners in the pool of 16 candidates. All have promised to reduce the widespread crime that pushed the country into an unnerving new normal 4 years ago. The rise in violence across the South American country is linked to the trafficking of cocaine produced in neighboring Colombia and Peru. Many voters have become victims of crime, so their personal and collective losses will be a determining factor in the outcome of the election. Voting is mandatory in Ecuador. In the port city of Guayaquil, people lined up under a light rain outside a public university where tens of thousands were expected to cast ballots. That's all for today's top stories. Thank you for joining us at MANASH Breaking News, where we keep you informed in just 5 minutes. Stay tuned for more updates and have a great evening.